Welcome to the Vivian Show. This is episode 2, and I got 2 amazing guests today. I'm really excited about these. I've actually worked with the 2 of them. We have closed some deals in the past. So I got Marit here, and she's going to tell us a little bit about her background, and also Jayson, loan officer with Intercap Lending. I've had the pleasure to close multiple deals with him. Some wild ones and some really good ones. Your deal was very challenging, but we actually got it done. We worked really hard, actually. So a lot of people think that real estate is like opening doors and selling sunset. It's a lot more than that. So let me tell you guys, but I actually want you to tell everyone what you do. So you are a CPA, but you also help people with their small businesses. You are kind of like a business coach, right?
Right. Yeah. So my name's Marit. I'm a CPA. I'm an enrolled agent. I have a master's in taxation. And yes, coaching business owners is my jam. I've been doing this for a decade. I've helped, oh my gosh, dozens and dozens of small business owners with entity structuring, operational stuff within their business. Of course, we always got to save on taxes. And just, it's my passion to educate these business owners and help them so they just don't get royally screwed, for lack of a better word. Business is rough, and the financial part is always the thing that balls up the business owner. They've got all of the creative ideas. They can run their business until the cows come home, but as soon as it comes to, the business accounting and the taxes and all that, it gets messy real quick. So that's where I come in to kind of help out and save the day, per se.
Hi, I'm Marit. I'm the general manager at Entrepreneurial Dallas. We create incredible Italian custom kitchens and cabinetry for residences, both single family and multi-unit. We have been in business for 80 years. The company Entrepreneurial has been in business for 80 years. And we are opening the biggest Entrepreneurial showroom in the world in the heart of Dallas, Texas, in the Dallas Design District. With over 400 points of sale, we can reach you kind of wherever you need us to be. And we are so excited to introduce Entrepreneurial to the Dallas community. You can reach us at www.entrepreneurialdallas.com. Our Instagram and Facebook is Entrepreneurial Dallas, at Entrepreneurial Dallas. And if you need to reach me, number is 214-471-0476. At the end of the day, we want to be a part of very special projects. And if you have one that you think we should take a look at, please reach out to us and let's collaborate, let's create.
You are also a human being, because when we are on the service industry, we are like, a lot of people say, okay, you just open doors, or like you only do accounting, or you only do loans. But what do you do besides? I know what you do, but I want you to tell the people, like, what do you do for fun? What do you like to do in winter? You have kids and you're married. Tell me a little more.
That's true. I have been called the bean counter online. I want to say it was on TikTok. I posted a video. My social, in case anyone wants to check me out, on Instagram, I'm the extroverted accountant. You can always find me, Marit Bermude, on LinkedIn or Facebook. But yeah, I posted something and some guy was like, oh, this bean counter, who wants to hear from her? I am more than a bean counter. Yes, I'm a mom. I'm a twin mom. I have 2 twin girls. I have another daughter, a stepdaughter, so I'm a girl mom. Mm-hmm. And I really like to kind of do extreme things. I love to ride my dirt bike, snowboard. You're like, what do you like to do in winter? Of course, I'm not as good as Vivian, though. She rips on a snowboard. I could probably barely keep up.
I love snowboarding. It's so much fun.
Yeah, she rips, you guys. And just, you know why I like dirt biking? Because it brings me into a very meditative state. I have to be in the present moment so I don't die. Mm-hmm. And I really like meditating, so riding my dirt bike is kind of like that. And I also love yoga. Big yogi.
Yeah.
Miss Flexi.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. It helps as you get older. You should, I don't know if you do yoga, Jayson.
Are you trying to say I'm old?
Yeah.
It does help a lot.
Yes.
So, okay, and then we have Jayson.
Hello.
We call him Bald Jesus because he makes miracles. He does miracles.
Do call him
Sometimes
the Bald Jesus.
I cannot walk on water.
But tell me, you have been doing loans for over 17 years, right?
17 years this year.
And this guy has done it all. So when I say he's really good, it's not just because we work together. It's because I actually handpick the people that I work with. But all the deals that we have done, all kind of deals. But you started in a call center, right?
Yeah, for the first probably 4 years at a really high level, actually, I just did VA loans, help veterans around the country. I had about 27 licenses.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a lot
How
of work.
old were you when you started on the call center?
So it's really interesting. I got into this by accident. I actually was a firefighter and a school teacher, an elementary school teacher, which is
wow.
a whole nother
Really?
thing.
Wait,
Yeah,
I
it's-
didn't even know
I didn't
that.
Yeah, it's
either.
not. It's
He
not.
had a second
It's not
and a
for
third
everyone.
life.
That's what I went to school to be, and so I got done playing baseball. I got into teaching school, and I was a firefighter.
That's why you're so
So,
good at
but
explaining things.
Sometimes, but when I'm
Explains
really
it
good.
to them like they're 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when you guys get loan estimates in crayon, that's why. But no, so I moved back to Salt Lake City, and it's not that easy just to pick up where you left off.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had a friend that just says, hey, this is what I'm doing right now. You'd be really good at it. Come try it out. And it was just kind of a intermediary thing that I didn't think I was going to do forever. And here we are 17 years later,
There you go.
So,
He
and it's
found
been
his
great.
calling.
Yeah, it's been great. I've worked with a lot of really cool people, had a lot of amazing opportunities. because
You
of
have
it.
been through it all, like all kind of markets.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And I started in like 2008, had no idea how bad it really was.
Wow.
And then about a year or two later, I looked around, and it was probably I started out with probably about, I'd say about 70 people in our company, 80 people in our company. And then one day I looked around, it was myself and 2 others and some of the upper management, and that was about it.
Wow.
That's how thin it got because of how bad that market was. And I survived, and
Hey,
here we
you
are
made it.
still surviving.
If you can go through that, you can just do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so I wanted to talk a little more about business because this is about sales and business. But owning a business, we do sales, obviously. When you own a business, you have to sell regardless. However, there are all kind of seasons, and I was talking to Jayson about how do you keep going when things get tough. You started your business, and I hear that from you guys when we were house hunting. But tell me a little bit more. How did you start your business? And then your husband, he also quit his job. You guys did all of that. There's a lot of mindset that comes through that, and also saying, "Hey, I want to own my home." And now that you have this goal of owning $1 million by the end of the year, like within 12 months, tell me a little more. How do you even do that without having those limiting beliefs? You know what I mean?
I do. Yes. So I'm actually working on a course right now for business owners. And I have this course that I'm building out because you start your business, you just go for it because you have a talent or a skill or a thing you're going to sell. And then all of a sudden you're 6 feet underwater with taxes and your books and your accounting. And do I need an LLC? And I don't know. Mm-hmm. And if you were to go to a CPA like me, they either aren't available because there's not that many CPAs out there, or they charge way too much. You're a small business owner. And before you know it, you're just drowning, right? Mm-hmm. So I've got this course I'm building out to make it more accessible for the we call it the beginning business owner, or the ones that are already in the messy middle and they don't know what they're doing. And as I'm building out, and I'm like, okay, this is what we're talking about for entity structuring. Like, what they come to me in consults, what do I want them to know? I stopped, and I'm actually creating right now, it's got 6 modules on mindset, because you're 100% right. See, I kind of did all this backwards too, like every business owner. I started my tax and accounting business. I just kind of went for it. I was going, and then before I knew it, my pricing was crap. The sales process was all over the place, and I had to back up and start from the beginning. So I would say you have to have your vision, which is your future goal. What do you want things to look like in 3 years, 5 years? I just told you my current vision, right? Yeah. It's always adapting. Mm-hmm. And then what is your mission? How are you going to run your business? What are your day-to-day actions that are going to be your non-negotiables? Things that you're not going to take, or things that you are. How do you want it to look? And that's what I think gives you that confidence then to move forward in pricing, move forward when you're setting boundaries with clients, move forward in all these other ways. And getting that mindset right, it really is what is going to be there, because being a business owner is so hard. If you don't have the business owner, you're just going to or if you don't have the mentality, you're going to
So you started your business, and then what was the thing that triggered to say, hey, Rex, you got to quit your job. Let's do these together?
You know, it's really funny because I always wanted to own a business. And the reason why I went to school to get my accounting degree was because I was like, well, no one's going to give me a loan if I don't know what I'm doing. And my business was going to be like, I was going to open a venue for concerts. I worked at a venue forever. I worked as a bartender. I knew all about that industry. I'm like, no one's going to give me a loan if I don't know what I'm doing with the money. So I get my degree. I start doing taxes for people. I quickly realized that taxes and accounting are what takes a business owner down quicker than anything else. And so I start helping other people. And before I knew it, I had a business helping other people with their businesses that I never even tried to start. So I had been doing this for probably 7 years when all of a sudden I looked around and I thought, you know, Rex and I were kind of talking about what I had going on. And he was like, you have a whole entire business. You need to like reevaluate. So it was really taking that first step back and reevaluating what I actually had built. And then from there, seeing the potential, oh my gosh, it was crazy. All of a sudden, if I just put a little bit more into this thing, how good I could make it. But I needed his help.
Right.
And I wanted him home, and I hate it. You know, he's so talented and he's leaving for work every day. So the way he quit was kind of not great because we thought it was going to go a lot better and he was going to be able to kind of do both things. His boss didn't really like the idea of sharing him with me.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of a blow up, and it was kind of...
You just guys went all in, right?
We just went all in.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I would recommend it, but it sure does feel good to say that I got him out of that 9-to-5 grind because, you know, I had the twins, I had a C-section, and I had a 2-year-old, and he had to go to work 3 days later. You know, like we were robbed of the father and of the dad. And so now, I mean, he helps make lunch. I'm filming this and he picked him up from school.
Yeah.
And so just having him there has been really, really great. But I think people do get that like gung-ho feeling of like, I'm going to fire all my clients. I'm going to reevaluate. I just decided none of these are my ideal clients. They're out the door. Like, you're going to go quit your job, honey, because we're growing this thing big. I wouldn't recommend it be so rough. That wasn't our plan. Our plan was to take it slow and slowly get him transitioned over. It didn't work that way, and it worked out, but it took a lot of faith.
Yeah.
And, you know, just a lot of mindset, staying strong, saying, we're going to be okay in this.
Yeah, that's Jayson. How do you keep yourself steady, like on slow seasons? How do you keep your mindset? I mean, you have been through it all, but you have to have something within yourself to push yourself, because not everyone endorse your business or me. Like even real estate agents, they quit within the first year, 2 years, and then they don't do it anymore because it's actually hard. It's a lot harder than it looks like.
Yeah.
I think probably and I think probably, you know, the hardest part about our jobs in real estate, mortgage, or any of these kind of service related things is that our paychecks rely on everybody else.
Yeah.
It's not really us. You know, it's having good clients, good people you work with. Who do you surround yourself with? Can you get deals done? Do you have options for people? Do you have the flexibility and the knowledge and all these other things that come to it? But, you know, in the tough times, I just revert back to myself. Instead of relying on everyone else, I get competitive with myself and I try to find ways to pick things up, right? It's finding different ways, picking up the phone, doing things that other people maybe don't want to do to drive business, to do those types of things. Make sure that the people I'm loyal to in this business knows that I'm there for them as well. And we kind of support each other and support each other's business. And that helps us push through some of those darker, slower times because we count on each other and bring the business through the door and make sure that things get done and we help people.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does. It makes sense a lot. So we were talking about when we sold your home. It was actually a good time to sell. Right now, it's kind of tough. I had some clients that they have to do a massive price reduction. That's happening everywhere. But I wanted to talk to you guys about a little bit about the housing market, real estate, and how we structure a little bit your deal, because it's very unique. It's not something you see, but because you actually you kind of are the perfect client to do that kind of loan that we did. You probably wouldn't recommend that to a normal person, like, However, I don't know how to explain it, but I think you guys have all the tools, and how important it is to kind of be organized with your business. Sometimes you're missing big opportunities. You can probably own a home right now, but you don't even know, because sometimes we do things backwards, like calling Zillow first instead of getting a pre-approval. You know what I mean? But a lot of people do it like that, and then we structure them and we guide them.
I did that. I called Zillow first.
But it works. So that's the thing.
Because of how you run your business.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it is. It's a very unique situation. So tell me a little more how people, what will be a good advice for a business owner that they either want to acquire, I don't know, probably a commercial space, or they want to own a home? Because there are a lot of business owners that they actually don't own anything.
Yeah, well, I have to first say, I have a lot to say. First, I have to say I love what Jayson said about relying on himself when things get hard. Mm-hmm. I think that's huge. You can't have that victim mentality. You have to take things into your own hands.
Hold yourself accountable.
And you're the one that's going to bring the money in. And when it came to our deal, it took so much mental strength because of all of the roadblocks that we faced, that again, it was just relying on ourselves to keep going and keep trying. So we did do it backwards, and we did have the financials, but the problem is that Rex had only been in the business for 9 months. Mm-hmm. And when he came on was when we skyrocketed our numbers. I knew it was going to happen, but that's a good thing, traditional person, I mean, we went from having this W-2 that the lenders want to see to having no W-2. And then we only have 9 months of good activity. And what's really funny is that when Rex was still at his job and I had my business, we went and looked at another house in Harriman, and it was a couple $100,000 less than the one we ended up buying. And I remember his boss, he told him when he got back to work, and his boss said, "You guys can't afford something like that. You're kind of laughed about it, was like, yeah, they wish they could live in a house like that. Like, they can't afford that." And so it's just kind of funny that then, he transitioned over to my company. His boss was super unhappy about it. And then it was a year later, we ended up buying a house that was a lot nicer and a better fit for us. So just funny how things work. But
I think everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you hear a lot of the noise outside, as you say, you just need to kind of isolate all that noise and just rely on yourself. Obviously, you can support you can get support from your team or your friends and family, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be you.
Yeah,
it's gonna be you who is gonna, show up for yourself.
Because the home, you said it's not easy to sell homes. It's not easy to get loans. As the buyer, it's also not easy to hang in there when you're getting denied. You're getting denied. You're getting denied. They want more things. They want more things. The houses you love are being swooped out from under you.
Actually, okay, so this is a cool story.
It's very hard.
When you guys first talked to him, you couldn't qualify them, right? That was the first time.
No, he did, but it wasn't for enough for the house.
Oh, that's
wanted.
right. Okay, so you did. And then we went to another one, and then you went to another one.
Yeah.
And we kept trying. And I keep in communication with both of you guys. How are you guys trying to motivate you? And then what happened? Did you guys?
We went back.
You
to
broker it out to some. This is about.
We went back to him because as we had tried and tried and tried and tried, because we found our dream house, which we lost, you guys, because it took too long. But we kept making more money. So then a few months later, we're like, well, maybe now it'll be good. Like, we've been making more money. Maybe our financials look better.
3 months probably. You guys apply We
Yeah.
keep looking around homes
It
and
was because
whatnot.
it was like October, and then January was when things started to kick.
And then
in
we
gear.
were like, okay, I knew that we needed to sell regardless. So I was like working on that sale. So this a lot, selling, buying, getting qualified with a bank statement loan that you have to broker out. But we went to several different brokers and no one was able to pre-approve you guys for that amount. So that's why knowing your craft is so important.
Not only that, but when things came up, like we're in the sale of our home, or to buy the other home, and then all of a sudden the buyer now has backed out because they want a new roof, and now the contract's lapsed because we can't come to a negotiation, and we're calling Jayson on a Sunday, and I'm crying on the phone, and he's talking. I think he talked us down from a ledge, like, or me. But Rex too. We had a hard time finding someone that you could call. He's like, "Oh, I'm just watching the game and working. You're fine. What's going on?" And I'm like, "We lost the buyer."
It'll be okay.
It was okay, but I don't. Bald Jesus stepped in to save the day.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Yeah.
Vivian too. It was amazing.
You
team.
have, I
it
think,
was so hard.
I think he does a lot on the back end that we don't see.
Jason's like, don't tell them that you can call me on a Sunday. That's being
Happens
recorded.
Everybody
Edit
calls
that
me
out.
on a Sunday. I
It
don't know
happens
why.
all the time. That's funny. That's funny. So, Jayson, tell me about the hardest deal or like the hardest season that you have ever lived in loans that you are like, that's it. I want to quit. I don't want to do it anymore.
I think you start feeling like that. Usually by the end of the year, by the time Christmas rolls around, I've had enough because I've done so many, 100 loan, whatever it is. And that what a lot of people don't realize, and in your profession too, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes even yours,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
we have to take on a lot of that emotion.
Yeah.
Life changes, divorces, spouses, people passing away, like all these crazy things that are on our plate that we have to deal with. And a lot of that of our job is to keep people kind of moving forward and kind of in this sane space while I'm still asking you for a million things that you probably don't even have laying around the house, right? So that we can get a loan done. And so I think by the time the end of the year rolls around, I've had so much emotion from other people and the emotion of taking care of my referral partners, and that's your paycheck too. That's and clients that maybe you've cultivated over years, or friends or family or whatever that is. And so by the end of the year, I'm like done because I've worn everybody's emotions and put them on my shoulders. And so sometimes I just don't want to pick up my phone, or I just want to, go hide somewhere for a little bit. And so I think
everyone
I get
goes
to that
through that
point.
a little bit on a service industry.
Yeah.
And definitely as a tax person and an accounting person. it's
You
the same thing.
especially.
People die, people divorced, they owe a bunch in taxes, everything's a mess. That's why I'm trying to find a solution to help more people. It's the same thing. I was actually thinking about that this morning in my meditation. I can't hold people's emotions. I mean, I know this, but it's the same thing. It's you care about these people, and it's awful to see them struggling, and at the same time you're trying to get a job done that isn't, doing their taxes and getting them loans. It's not the funnest job to do when they're having a hard time, especially.
Yep. And we all have our own lives.
Yeah.
We have our own lives to live. And I think the biggest thing though that gets you through that time is having your own hobbies, right? Like you like to ride, you like to do those things. I love to golf and fish and hang out with my kids and baseball and all these things. And you love to snowboard and do all those things. And I think if you have those outlets, it helps balance some of those things out, which is great.
Yeah, but it's hard to find those outlets as a parent, especially, which we are all parents. And that's something else that I think is going through that guilt of like, how do I do these extra things when I'm already doing so many other things? And then, making sure everyone's taken care of. It's hard.
Yeah.
It is.
That's a tough, that's the balance that, as you say, but then you're like, yeah, I need to take care of myself, because if I'm good, then my kids and everyone around me are going to be good,
That's that accountability piece of like moving in the right direction. And same thing for like consumers that want to own a business or get loans or buy a house or all those things. You got to take positive steps in the positive direction and keep working on yourself and working on those things so that the end result can happen. That vision or whatever it is that you want is going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys have something really cool. about setting goals. I know that you set a goal because since I met you, you're like, I want to buy a home. I don't want to live here anymore. Like, I want to upgrade. And I remember,
Quite
did
the
it.
upgrade.
You did.
yeah,
It's a beautiful
it's
home.
like day and night. It's crazy.
It is.
But you
Our
have,
old home was like a clown car. I don't know how we fit so many people and things in that home.
It was cool.
Like, because our new home is
Hey,
pretty full.
that
Your house was
backyard
cool.
though,
2.5 times
you guys
the size.
had a ramp in there. Did you
I know.
see that?
I wanted to have a toga party back there. They had this really cool bar back there, and
Yeah.
like their house was set up super neat. And I started looking through the pictures of the house. I'm like, man, dude, I would live. This is cool. You guys did it right.
We did.
It's pretty good. So how do you even set goals? Because your goals are pretty. I'm kind of like that. When I put a number or like I just get obsessed with it and I just go for it. For me, it's kind of like backwards than you. I get like most of my business. Winter is really slow for everyone, but that's because I have been working so hard. Probably the quarter previously to the last quarter of the year. So that last quarter, I'll get a ton of people under contract and I'll just work and work. In winter, I don't know. I just feel like for me, I just really like winter. I don't know. It's snowboard. I don't know. It's really fun. That's why I live in Utah, but you are kind of like very similar on that situation. And you too, when you set up a goal, how do you set goals and how do you keep moving?
Let's let Jayson go first.
You want me to go first?
Sure. I've been going first every time.
So I may be a little different than some people, maybe not. I'm very competitive. So a lot of my goals are predicated sometimes. A lot of it has to do with what I'm trying to accomplish. I like to work backwards from maybe, what I would like a year from now. And I look at that and I say, okay, what's that going to take to accomplish that, right? And then I start working backwards. Okay, if I do that, I have to work with this many clients. I have to close this many loans. I have to make this much money. Oh, by the way, I've got all these expenses and all these, and I start writing it out and I really game plan, right? And then that's usually how I come up with that goal. As far as how I want to be looked at within a company or how I want to be looked at with some of my peers, I just want to kick all your butts.
I love it.
And that's really what it comes down. I'm serious. That's
Yeah.
what it comes down to. And every month when I'm looking at a board and I see your name, I know I can catch you. And that's what also drives me in kind of a weird competitive way to where it doesn't become about the money.
Yeah.
And then oftentimes I have that goal, but that goal happens because subconsciously I'm working toward that competitively with myself.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. How about you? How do you set goals and how do you accomplish them?
I feel like we're very similar.
Yeah. That's why
I'm
we get along
also
so well.
Very
Yeah.
competitive. I don't have anybody to compete against in my business, but I am competitive and I also reverse engineer. So I'll see what I want in say a year's time and then I work backwards. I do the exact same thing. If it's a financial goal, what is it going to take to get me there? What do I need to do to make the math, right? Writing it all down. But then I think for me, it really becomes this point of decision making, because let's say my goal is lofty, right? Let's say I don't hit it. Let's say it takes me longer to get there than I want to. That's in the end, it will be if I make the decision. I think a lot of people will say, well, I want to lose weight, or I want to quit smoking, or I want to make $1 million in 12 months. But it's not that's they wanted. It is not the decision that they've made that no matter what, it's going to happen. So even if I don't hit it in 12 months, the decision has already been made for me. And I think with goal setting, a lot of people will set these goals, but they haven't actually decided that no matter what, they're going to get there, like no matter what, they're getting there. And so I think that's really the key to it, especially if you're not in a competitive environment that keeps you on track. What else is going to help you stick to that decision? Because you can say it all day long. You can be like, oh, I have a goal. Everyone sets goals the first of the year all the time. Like, we've got a list of goals that we set. Did we actually make the decision that we're reaching them, or was it just some BS that we put on a paper we forgot about 3 months later? So.
Yeah.
And you know what I like too is, goals are great. In my mind, I'm always considering opportunity. And I know that if you're not doing the right things, you will miss opportunity.
Yeah.
Things come up, it takes money to make money, right? It takes who you know to have certain opportunities within certain circles or certain business spaces.
Yeah.
So you need to always be cultivating this while being real and being yourself, and right, like you're not doing that in a fake,
Right,
immature
yeah.
way, like trying to be this cool,
Yeah.
whatever. But I just think that part of having goals is also doing the right things from kind of a granular level that get you there at some point, because there will be opportunities that come through that maybe don't align with your goals that can take you somewhere else. But I understand that there are going to be opportunities that come along, and I always want to make sure I'm prepared for them.
Remaining flexible,
Remaining
because it
flex-
could not look how you want it
Having
to look.
money in the bank,
Yeah.
having
100%.
great relationships with people, helping others,
Yeah.
doing all those other things so that I can receive some of that stuff back.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's great. We were talking before getting here about about creating ways of connecting more people, networking and things like that. But that's, as you say, it's about actually being like real and not fake, and try to like expand a little bit. Having a service business, it's a lot about who knows you too, more than the people that you know. It's like who knows you. And you have been getting into public speaking.
Yes.
How is that going? And tell me, you went to this conference not that long ago. I was reading a little bit about it, but tell me your experience for people that actually want to, get into that, or how do you even start getting into public speaking?
Well, I think I've always been an educator. And so I was having a hard time in the tax business because I was feeling like my voice wasn't heard enough. It's very hard as one person to help as many people as need help. And so I started seeing other speakers out there in my same industry speaking to, everybody needs my industry, roofers, people in the entertainment industry, tax pros even. So I started teaching the tax pros. I have a master's in taxation, and, they need CE. Yeah. So I started teaching them. And then my very first conference that I taught, it was a packed room. It was packed. It was like hundreds of people online. Dang. And I taught it, and I blacked out. And then afterwards, everyone told me I did great. So I'm natural at it, right? But I realized I needed more training because I was lacking in my ability to really like hone in on it. So I told Rex, and he was like, "You're obsessed with learning." I am. I'm obsessed with learning and training. He's like, "You're a natural. You're great at it. Everyone loved you." And I'm like, "No, but I got to get better. I'm competitive. Yeah. I'm not just gonna." So I I joined a program called the Theater of Public Speaking, which is amazing. It's for women only, though. Sorry, Jayson.
You can wear a wig.
If anyone is a woman and you're looking to expand your public speaking skills, I have nothing but amazing things to say about it. It is a fabulous program.
Nice.
And
is that here in Utah?
It's virtual.
Nice.
And then, we did an in-person retreat. I did the advanced program as well. And so I have expanded to not just teaching CE, but also, keynotes and stuff like that. So It's been great, but a lot of people would rather die than public speak a lot.
It's
not for everybody.
Yeah. No,
it's for me. Yeah. I'm very outgoing, the extroverted accountant. Yeah. That's just who I am.
That's funny.
Love it.
Have you ever done any public speaking?
Yeah. How do you feel about?
Yeah. I was,
that?
So I was a head high school coach for almost 10 years. And so there was a lot of different groups and meetings and things to where I had to, and it's not always people there to learn too. It's people that either love you or want your head in that type of space,
Yeah.
But not only that, but in college and stuff like that, absolutely. And I've been put in positions to where I've had to,
Yeah. You're really good at explaining things. Now that I know that you have that background, everything makes sense now. So tell me why, from all the lending institutions, why Intercap Lending? What kind of loans are you guys offering right now? And yeah, I know you have done all kind of deals, but tell me a little more. Why Intercap from like any other lending institution? Why do you like them so much?
So there's a few of us that are with Intercap that are, I'm not saying I'm the largest in Utah, but we are a little bit more prominent in the space. And I would say Intercap is number one, a great place to work and be, and the colleagues that are there, I all love. Upper management, ownership with Josh Romney, who's amazing. And when Intercap first started, I was kind of one of the first people there. And what happened was all these years went by, and everybody was doing kind of the same thing, and it was clunky and it wasn't working, and and I remember the first time I met Josh Romney, our owner. And another guy, Eric Simonson, that I have a high level of respect for, one of the smartest people I know. And we met, and they started telling us all these things that they were going to do to make these changes that were very unique in Utah about how we handle loans and do certain things. And so we kind of started that new frontier of doing things a certain way. And, a lot of people have kind of caught on, but we were kind of the trailblazers with that. And Intercap was part of that. And since I was kind of there at the inception, what was that, 8 years ago or whatever, I kind of feel like I have that loyalty. I feel like they've gone above and beyond to take care of me over all these years, even when I've kind of been 1 foot in, 1 foot out in the business. And, they've been there and supported me through all of that. And they get things done. And right now, I think probably the biggest push is we have some of the best new construction programs. And right now in Utah, new construction's probably one of the biggest things going on right now, right? With new home starts and custom homes and all those things. So I've started to get a lot more into that space. And Intercap by far, I think, is going to take a giant market share away from a lot of institutional banking, right? Your standard, I can name them, like your Zions banks and your Wells Fargos and some of those guys, because of how we do things. And again, they're being innovative on how we're going to lend that money and who we're willing to work with, and making it a lot less of a bumpy ride for consumers and for builders and those. So it's like we're always kind of trying to have this forefront of how we do things. And it kind of makes us the Cadillac of the business, especially here in Utah. And for a long time, we had the most market share here because of how we did things. We just became this kind of brand within realtors and within consumers. And you don't see us on a commercial or a Super Bowl ad like Rocket Mortgage or something like that. But, if you were to look at their numbers compared to our numbers in the state of Utah, we're kicking butt.
Well, I tried to contact Rocket Mortgage when I was trying to get approved, and I couldn't even get, once they found out I needed a bank statement loan, I couldn't even get a call back.
Yeah. So
I tried multiple people,
hard.
and Intercap was the only, not only did they help me get exactly what I wanted, which was amazing.
And other people can do that. I just think as a lender, as a loan officer, you have to know what's available and then how to do it.
Well, no one could. And I tried multiple.
Thank you. That makes me feel like
we
ball
did
Jesus.
try. We tried.
Yeah.
We tried. That's why
and I help a lot of business owners who need loans for homes all the time. And they it's very, very difficult. But I love being that success story to tell them to keep going, because they'll come to me and they'll say, I want to get a loan, but I don't think I can. I don't think I qualify. I don't know what I need. And I'm like, I know what you need, and I can help you get started and get going. And if I can get qualified, there's got to be a way, right? But it feels impossible when you go to these other lenders. You can't even get a call back because you're a business owner. It's very hard if you don't have that 2 years of tax returns and that W-2 to lean on.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I've learned so much with you from all the deals that we have done. Some deals have been really, really nice, and some other ones have been super challenging, but I think it's really nice to work with you guys. It was really fun. Before we go, last question for you guys. For you, it's going to be, if you had to give yourself advice all over again before starting your business, what will you say to yourself?
What's his going to be, so I can think for a minute?
Okay. And then same for Jayson. Before, imagine that a year before getting into loans, what's a good advice to yourself?
I would say always be genuinely who you are. Don't try to fake it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Don't try to fake it, because I feel like the relationships I've built in my business, it's hard. It's all relationship driven, majority of it. And you got to know what you're doing, obviously.
Yeah.
Right? But at the end of the day, if you're not yourself, I think the real people like you guys can sniff that out really quick. And it's
For
just
sure.
being genuine to yourself. And the other thing is, just like life, there's all kinds of turns and twists and things, and all you can do is just get to the next day and move forward. I think sometimes we get so caught up in the negative that it's hard to understand that there's light at the end of the tunnel and a new day. And so I would tell myself, hey man, just keep your nose to the grinding stone, keep working hard, remain positive, and keep moving forward to those, goals that we discussed.
Yeah.
What about
moving.
you?
Oh, good. Okay, he helped me jog my mind. I think I would tell young Marit to be brave because I was very risk averse, and being a business owner is super scary, and to trust myself and have confidence, because you have to be able to make the decisions quickly when you own a business. You have to just know that you are going to make the right decision for your business. And no matter what you say, if you say yes or no, you're going to jump out of that airplane. You're going to build your parachute on the way down. And you have to trust yourself, because I didn't trust myself. And I was very risk averse and very scared. And it held me back for way longer than it should have. And, bringing on my insane husband, he really pushed me to be more brave and to really started to show me everything that I had that was of value. And I think so it'd be a lot of mindset for me in terms of just, being, if you're going to be a business owner, you just gotta be brave and take some risks. It's just how it goes.
Yeah.
And know that you deserve it. It can be your success too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're no different than Steve Jobs, right?
Yeah.
Minus some things
Totally.
and some things that maybe happen in his life and some opportunities, but you deserve it too. And knowing that you deserve it
Yeah.
will allow you to move forward with confidence.
100%. Yeah.
So good for you. And Rex is awesome.
Yeah. Both of you guys.
I know you're talking about your spouse like that, Cammie, if you're watching this podcast.
Aw. But hey,
Cammie,
I
you
need
helped
to
a lot.
say something about who, and I actually talk about this on the first episode with the two other guys that I invited. Who we choose as a partner, especially when you own a business or when you're on this kind of industry, is crucial. Because if you don't have someone who supports you, it's really hard to be successful.
Yeah, we have a friend, they're a power couple, Layla and Alex Hermosi. I'm always saying that Layla's my friend because I watch her YouTube. I'm like, my friend Layla said that. But it's like you look at those power couples and you're like, dang, it's definitely. I mean, if Rex were to tell me, you need to stay home, you're the mom, you need to watch the kids, you're neglecting the children, don't focus on your business. I always look at him, I'm like, if you didn't support me and actually even push me and be like, you can do this, you're badass, I wouldn't have done any of it and I wouldn't be here. So I agree.
I've seen you and your wife and your kids. They even go to the pie night and all those things. She's amazing. So
Yeah, I think it's important for your kids to see you have some success, or for you to have those goals and to work, because you want them to have that same thing.
Yeah.
Right? You don't want your kids sitting on the couch for the rest of their life and not doing anything with their lives. And there's a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
It's important to bring them out and see what it takes, and to have them around successful people.
It's fun. I mean, I bring Emma to the podcast because
Everywhere.
I want her to have these experiences. I don't think an 8-year-old kid usually goes to a podcast studio, and I want her to,
We're
have
working
those
with clients, and there she is sitting there at a title company.
Yeah.
Watching what
she
mom
already-
does. That's important.
it's
It is.
fun. It's really fun. I don't do it all the time, but for closings, I do want her to see, the big wins. You know what I mean? Sometimes she sees me. She has seen it all. I think kids, they're like sponge. Your kids saw the whole transition from your home to this big one, and they're gonna forever remember that.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that especially as a mom, there's a lot of guilt around being a working mom. And for me, I could have been a stay-at-home mom because Rex did have a nice steady job and we could have made it work on his salary. And so, I've dealt with a lot of scrutiny when it comes to choosing to do both. But I look at it and I just think your children they become more independent every day. And one day they are going to have their own lives. And then where are you left at that point if you've dedicated I just didn't want to be in that position where I dedicated my whole life to my children. And then, then I'm so dependent on them that as they grow, I have nothing. And also my mom was a single mom and she worked and she supported us. And like, that's where I got my work ethic. So I hope I have people tell me your girls are watching you. And I'm sure they're, you know, they're getting such a good work ethic from you. I hope so. You get that mom guilt. I know there's dad guilt too, but it's less. Rex lays his head on his pillow pretty easy at night. I think I have a little harder time going to sleep, but
I gotta say,
it's hard.
Being a business owner or like having this kind of like experience that we have is the cool thing is that, hey, if I feel a little guilty, I can just take that day off and just spend it with my daughter. Same thing for you. Like if you want to take a Sunday off or something. I mean, we know sometimes work gets crazy.
Sometimes
but
people
I'm sure,
are calling you crying about roofs on a Sunday.
But where did you get your work ethic? Because you are a dog. You are, yeah.
I've been an athlete my whole life, and I know that what you put in, you get out. It's a pretty simple equation.
Yeah.
And not always, but like more often than not.
Yeah.
It's definitely more true than the other way. The things that you don't do, you definitely find yourself in a position that, right, backwards. And I always just want to move forward and make sure that really my family has a great life. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's what I can offer them by doing that. And I try to explain to them, that's why I'm always on the phone. That's why I'm always doing this. Oh, we can't go on a vacation. Well, guess why? Because I have 10 things that I got to do because other people rely on me, and that's important for them to know. And I have daughters.
Yeah.
It's important for
All
them to
girls,
know that
right?
Yeah.
All girls.
I have a little boy. I have a little boy too, but it's but,
that's right. Yeah.
You know, I want my women in my household to feel empowered.
Yeah.
Like they can do the same thing I can do, you know, or that they can be successful and they don't need to stay at home and they don't have to do the kind of quintessential thing that especially here in Utah, that everybody kind of does. And I think it's important, but I think being a dog is important for people to know, or for my kids to see, like, hey, what you put in, you get out. And it's the same thing with sports.
And I think people can tell.
Sports.
People can tell, as you say, like if you fake it, people can tell too. But people can tell when you know your craft, when you dominate your industry, when you know what you're doing. People can tell. Actually, my boyfriend has a crush on you. He's like, Jayson is so cool.
doesn't?
I want to be like him when I grow up.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Rex
He's on his
too.
way
He
too. He's on his way too.
He
He's on his
is-
way to be
Jayson.
successful.
He's doing
too.
really good. Yeah.
Rex loves it because we both are bald.
He
Yeah.
thinks you're so cool.
Everyone
can't
has
And
ride
you
a
know,
bike like you
Vivian's
can.
also beast mode for everyone watching.
Yeah,
Don't
she
let
is.
her
We
fool
can
you.
give her
She's
credit.
insane.
Oh my God.
And I have to say too, a little caveat, there's nothing wrong with being a stay-at-home mom. I don't think that at all. I would
Sure.
never shame
Yeah.
anyone
Yeah.
if they
Yeah.
wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. Just for me, I had too much pull inside of me to do something else, and that was my internal struggle.
Right.
But some people are totally happy and fine with it, and I
Yeah.
think that's wonderful. Like, I also was shamed when I was just being a stay-at-home mom as well. You know, all the working moms were like, oh, and she doesn't have a job and she doesn't do anything. And so I started to go to school, because it's like, you never know what the right thing is. You just have to follow your heart. And if anyone judges you, like,
Yeah.
just brush
We
it
all
off.
have something to offer.
Yeah.
We all
Yeah,
have
just
something
brush
to
it
offer.
off.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm with you. Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't mean can't stay at home, but I think that
Either
women
way.
especially, I
It's
think
hard.
through history, right, through time,
Yeah.
they've all kind of been kind of in this subservient kind of under men's rule. And I think it's okay for them to come out and show how smart they are and how much they can actually provide and do. And that's what I think was getting after, right? It's like there's all this creativity and all these wonderful things that women have that get kind of piled up because they maybe don't know that they can take those risks like you have.
Well,
to
you
be
get stuck.
successful
It's
and do
like
those types of
you were
things.
supposed to be a stay-at-home mom. Then you were allowed to go to college. So you should go to college too, but you should still be a stay-at-home mom. Then you were allowed to go into the workforce. So you should also go in the
Right.
workforce, go to school, but also take care of your family.
Right.
And I think it's gotten so blurred over the years, and now women just don't. It's like we're
Right.
damned if we do and damned if we don't.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And I think for women, it's a little different than guys because we have cycles. And even we like it or not, we also, with that, we age differently than guys. You know what I mean? Like, let's say that you get pregnant again. And And then what? But your body will force you, like natural in us, to leave those stages. As guys, is a little different. So I think it's a good balance.
Yeah, Jayson's just beast mode all the time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that.
But we women are kind of like different, you know what I mean? Like, but we do have our different cycles in lives, like, you know what I mean? Like,
But I won't get pregnant again. So
but what I'm
I'm
saying,
full beast mode now.
but what I'm saying is like, women right now are earning a lot more on their 20s, and then on their 30s, it usually goes down,
Yeah.
and that's when you guys have to step up. It's kind of like a good balance, I think. But yeah, overall, it's pretty good. I mean, I love real estate because it allows me to have a really good income and have my daughter everywhere I go, or if I don't want to, I can just hire a babysitter, and
Yeah.
it's very flexible. It's not that easy as it looks like, because I make it sounds the dream, but it's a lot of work. You know how it is. Like,
Yeah.
You have to have your own structure with doing what we all do collectively, business owner, right? And I think somebody told me one day, you know, be very careful with what you wish for, right? In real estate or in lending or, you know, being a business owner, because you get a lot of rope. And unfortunately, it's enough rope to hang yourself.
Yeah,
and you
for
have to
sure.
be really careful.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
That's why you got to make those decisions.
Yeah.
The
I just carry
decisions,
scissors in my
so.
pocket.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for coming over. This
Thank
was
you.
really fun.
Yeah,
Before you guys
had a great
go,
time.
Can I come again?
oh, anytime. You
I'll
guys are
talk
welcome.
about anything.
You guys are welcome anytime.
Like really fighting a joke right there.
Oh man. Okay, before you
Yourself up.
before you guys go, your info for people looking at you, Instagram, everything, phone number, same for you. Also, if you guys
Phone
are
number.
like to text you,
Just Google
but
me.
like business phone number, please. Yeah, yeah.
Say it.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. I'm not going to say a phone number.
Okay.
But you can find me at maritbermudcpa.com. Instagram, The Extroverted Accountant. I think my Facebook's Marit Bermud. I think my LinkedIn's Marit Bermud. Just all the socials, my website.
Just don't say your social security number. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's
You can always get a hold of Vivian. She knows how to get a
Text
hold of me.
Viv.
Yep, that's
Want to
it.
find us?
And if you just Google my name, Jayson, Kisselberg, Kisselberg, I should be the first one that pulls up. And it's not under ball Jesus. But
He's going to start his Instagram soon.
I probably should, but you can find me there, and you can find out plenty about me and what it's about. And if you need anything at all, that's where you can reach me.
You
Yeah.
guys got to go to Jayson. He'll change your life.
Yeah, he will. Even sometimes we have had clients that he had actually told them, go to these other, you're a great resource, whether you're going to qualify right now or not. You guys can map it out, do a game plan with him. It's, yeah.
Yeah, I'll send you. It's all about you, your customer. If it's not me and I can help you do it, I'll help you do it.
Yeah.
Just call me on the next one.
Awesome.
And I'm gonna need a new CPA. I think mine's retiring, so.
Yeah.
I need
You're not
a new
taking on new
CPA for
clients,
this
are you?
podcast. So, yeah. Okay. Well, I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for joining, and thanks for coming over.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you guys.
Hi, I'm Mark Trevino. I'm the general manager at Snydero, Dallas. We create incredible Italian custom kitchens and cabinetry for residences, both single family and multi-unit. We have been in business for 80 years. The company Snydero has been in business for 80 years. And we are opening the biggest Snydero showroom in the world in the heart of Dallas, Texas, in the Dallas Design District. With over 400 points of sale, we can reach you kind of wherever you need us to be. And we are so excited to introduce Snydero to the Dallas community. You can reach us at www.snyderodallas.com. Our Instagram and Facebook is Snydero Dallas, at Snydero Dallas. And if you need to reach me, number is 214-471-0476. At the end of the day, we want to be a part of very special projects. And if you have one that you think we should take a look at, please reach out to us and let's collaborate, let's create.